My heart's so cold, that's why my lungs just be getting so black. Remember calling me on FaceTime, let's take a nap. Sneaking in the hallways during class that I missed. We used to hide from all our friends.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, I haven't been here in a while, but it's okay because I'm back now, right? Okay. So, I've been meaning to do this story time for mad long now, like mad long, but I don't know why I didn't do it before, because I was busy. Most likely I was busy. Yes, Jazzy was busy. Why was Jazzy busy? Because of the baby. But I'm gonna do it now, and I'm kind of bored, so I figured like let me dibble dabble in some makeup or whatever, see if I still got what I used to have back in the day. Because back in the day I used to I used to always do my makeup, and I could say I was pretty good at it. Okay, so I haven't done it in more than a year, like a year and change, almost 2 years. So I'm not doing anything right now, and I figured why not do a story time / get ready with me type of thing, right? Okay, so that's what we're about to do right now. So yeah. All right guys, so don't mind the little nursery rhymes in the background. Rosella is over there doing her thing on the floor. Okay. So let's get this story time started. So basically, all right, so the time my family found out I was pregnant. All right, so I probably found out I was pregnant maybe like, I want to say maybe like 3 weeks. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure on the top of my head, but I want to say that. So found out I was pregnant around the time I was living on my own, right? I wasn't living with my family, and also around the time I found out like there was a lot of tension and stuff going on, and we were slowly, like family, like different parts of the family members were just like slowly, like the tension was slowly dying out, and we were slowly getting back on track. Mind you, also around this time there was a lot going on around this time. My mom and my family and stuff, they were getting ready to move down to Florida. I was not moving with them. I was staying in New York because I just did not want to move to Florida. I wasn't really feeling it. I was like, Florida's not me, da 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 da, yada yada yada. So damn, I don't have anything for my eyebrow. Yeah, y'all, I'm still unpacking, as y'all see like the box on the counter. So a lot of my stuff I just did not unpack yet. So like my makeup wise, since I don't really do it like that anymore, I don't know where my eyebrow stuff is, so we're gonna have to skip that. But anyways, that shit was going on. Tension was slowly dropping. They're getting ready for their move, and I just found out I was pregnant, and I wasn't about to tell them I was pregnant because I felt like, well, it's not like I wasn't going to tell them at all. Like, obviously, they would have found out eventually. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't ready to tell them at the time I found out because I just did not want to go backwards. Why am I going forward? I didn't want to go backwards. Like, everybody was making like progress, and I didn't want to bring that tension and like, beef back into, like, I didn't want to reverse into what we just came out of. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'll just wait a little bit and then tell them when I feel like I can, right? Like when I feel like the time is right. So fast forward, my mom pulls up at my job, right? She pulls up at my job. Y'all know I work at PetSmart, right? So she pulls up at PetSmart because I didn't know she was going there. She was getting stuff for the cat. Peanut didn't need nothing, so she was getting stuff for Cashew. So Are you? Oh, sorry, I got a text. I got a text from my girl, Riri. Not Rihanna, y'all, but you know, if y'all, all right, this is not a part of the story time, but side note, if y'all really know me for like forever, you know I like never really had a female best friend, and I've always stayed in that slot. I don't know why. Since I was younger, I was just always obsessed with like Asian culture and stuff like that. So I said, yo, my female Asian best friend is gonna be like a baddie. We're gonna be baddies together, and the slot is open. And my time has come, y'all, because my girl just texted me, my friend, my little bestie. I'm gonna keep her a secret for now, y'all, because watch when we link up. Like, I'm not even gonna speak on that. I'm not even gonna speak on that. That's a whole other video. Psh, throw it away. So yeah, she pulled up at my job because she needed some cat food, and she sees me, right? She sees me. And you know, we're just catching up. Like, obviously I don't really like go to their house like that because like the times I work, and it's just like, I don't know, I like visit like once in a while. So she sees me, we're talking or whatever. I think around the time I was like sick, because she was asking me like what's wrong with me, and I was just telling her nothing, like I just feel like a little sick, maybe I'm catching a little cold or whatever. So she's like, oh, okay. And that's probably because I was my lying ass. I was probably just like stuff going on within the pregnancy that was making me feel like that. But yeah, so she's talking to me and telling me things that I need to get together for myself, because you know I was under her health insurance, and since she's moving to another state, I won't be able to do that. So she was just basically telling me that I need to, like, you know, get my health insurance together, and just little things that I need to do before she like officially leaves. So when she starts talking about the health insurance or whatever, then she's like, oh, also you need to get on birth control. So I was like, because birth control. In my head, I'm like, well, it's a little too late for that, right? So when she says that, I'm just like I'm just staring at her. Mind you, like I'm not in my section at work. I like moved to the cat aisle to help her find cat stuff for Cashew, because she didn't remember like which specific food Cashew eats. So I had to go show her, because you know Cashew's picky, right? We looking good, right, y'all? We looking good. This is not usually how I do it. I usually do my brows first, and then like I do everything after, but whatever. So I'm just all over the place right now. I don't know what I'm doing. So she says that, and I'm just staring at her. Like I'm just staring at her, because I know like it's too late for that. It's too late for that. You want to talk about birth control now? Like, it's too late for that. Mind you, at the time, y'all, I think, how old was I? I was I don't remember. I know I gave birth when I was 21. So I'm either 20 or 21 at the time. I want to say 21. I want to say I was 21. I was either 20 or 21, right? So yeah, so she says that, right? Mind you, this is the first time my mother ever spoke to me about no birth control, okay? Like, obviously I know what that is, but this is the first time this ever came out of her mouth to me, okay? So when she said that, I was like, one, I was like, it's too late, like how I said it. Two, I'm just shocked, because I'm like, whoa, you're telling me that? Like, I didn't expect that to come out of your mouth. So she says that, and I'm just staring at her dumbfounded, like I'm just speechless at that point. So then she's like, what's wrong with you? So she's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm just still there, like frozen. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, there's times I will catch like little anxiety attacks, and my body will freeze, or it will like start shaking uncontrollably, or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm just there like reacting. I'm just there reacting. And she's still like mad confused because she's like, hello, are you gonna respond to me? Like, hello. So then she's like, hello. Are you pregnant? Right? So she pops that question. She pops the are you pregnant question, right? Bro, I'm like, bro, at this point, I'm not making no eye contact. No eye contact, all right? Because I'm already scared for my life. One, I'm at my job. I'm at my job, sis. I'm at work, on the clock. And I'm in the cat aisle. Thank God there was nobody in that aisle, right? But I'm in the cat aisle with this lady, and she's finding out that her daughter is pregnant. I couldn't take the stress while I was at work, bro. This was not supposed to happen. This was not how I planned out. Like, this is not how I planned in my head of her finding out, right? Or any of my fans finding out. So, this felt so good. So, I'm telling her yes while not looking at her. And she is tight. When I tell you this lady is tight, she is tight. Oh my God. This lady is tight, bro. This lady is tight. So she's there like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're pregnant? Like, what Jazzy? She just keeps saying my name, Jazzy. What do you mean, right? Y'all, I can't take the stress. This is when my eyes start watering. And I'm just looking down. I still can't look at her. My eyes start watering. I'm just looking down. And she's like asking me mad questions now. She's like, how far are you? I'm just answering everything at this point. Like, now you just know. Now you know. So now that you know, you won't get all the answers that you want, because at this point you know everything, right? So she's asking me like, how far am I? Am I on prenatals? Like, what am I doing? And then she starts like yelling at me, bro. Like, not too loud, but like loud enough to hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? So she starts getting at me, and I'm just sitting there bawling, bro. I'm just sitting there, not sitting, but standing. I'm just standing there bawling in the cat aisle at work, bro. Like, what? So she's like, oh, go wipe your face. Go get yourself together, and we'll talk about. She asked me what time do I get off. Told her what time I got off. And she's like, we'll talk about this. Call me as soon as you get off. As soon as you get off. So I was like, all right, okay. So she left. I went in the bathroom to like wash my face because my eyes was red and puffy, and I ain't need nobody at work to be asking me what's wrong with me, right? I didn't need any of that. I didn't need none of that. So I'm at work. I'm over here breathing and stressing about the conversation that's about to happen once I get off work, right? So I get off, and I needed to go to Walmart because I needed to get like milk or some shit. I needed to get like milk or something. I knew I needed something like for the house, like grocery wise, that I needed. So I clocked out. Mind you, Walmart is right across the street from my job, right? I clocked out and I got in the car and started driving. Didn't even reach across the street yet, bro. It's not even like, mind you, I think I got off like at 7 or something. Like, I just know I didn't close that day because when I drove, no, it was type dark outside. So I'm gonna say I closed. Maybe I didn't like close like up to closing, but maybe I got off an hour before closing. I don't know, but I remember it being dark outside. So say I got off at like 8 o'clock, right? Bro, this lady called my phone at 8:03. All right? 8:03. I remember the time exactly because I'm like, yo, it's not even 5 minutes that she's calling down my phone. So she calls my phone and she asked me where am I and why I didn't call her when I got off. And I was like, I just got off. Like, I just got in the car. Like, I'm not even like, I'm still in, like, I'm not even away from my job yet. You know what I'm saying? I was telling her that I'm just going to Walmart to get something. So she's, oh no, maybe I don't want this brown. I don't know what I'm doing color wise. I'm kind of just talking to y'all and just playing, right? So she's like, oh, I told your father and I told Ma. Y'all, Ma is my grandmother, okay? Ma is one of the last people I wanted to find out, or at least find out like this, right? I wasn't ready to tell Ma. Like, me in my head, like telling my family I was pregnant, like my mom would have had to know first. And then I would have worked my way down to Ma. Like, Ma was gonna be dead last because I already know, bro. I already know how she is. And I wasn't really trying to deal with that. Like, say if I could deal with her nagging in her mouth for out of the 9 months, I probably would have told her the last, or when I started showing OD, because I really didn't start showing I was pregnant until maybe 7 months. And when I was like about 7 months, I looked like I just started I looked like 3 months. And then when I was 9 months, I looked like about 5, 6 until like that last no, I'm lying. So like when I was 8 months, I looked like about 5 months, right? 4 or 5 months. And then like when I hit 9 months, I looked about 6 months, right? So I wanted her to find out maybe like when I was really showing and it was like not obvious anymore, so I wouldn't have to hear her mouth for such a long period of time to stress me out throughout the thing, right? Because Lord knows she stressed me out. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, y'all. I'm just gonna talk to y'all. So basically, she told me on the phone that she told my dad, and how I need to call both of them. I wasn't about to call nobody. I wasn't gonna call nobody. Mind you, also on that phone call, she just asked me like little tedious questions that our mom would just regularly ask. Mind you, she was talking to me different than how she was talking to me in PetSmart. I think in PetSmart, when she pulled out and she found out, she was just so pissed. Like, she was just beyond pissed. Right? She was just beyond pissed. I had to stop that because this story is just so mind-blowing that I can't do 2 things at one time, right? So I'm gonna look a little crazy, but that's fine. So she was talking to me like way like a little nicer on the phone, right? Because at this point she's just trying to get answers out of me, and I'm just telling her whatever she wants to know, like, and it's not like crazy questions, like it's just questions to make sure that what I'm doing is proper, right? So she asked me how far I was, am I going to the doctor, do I have a OB, all them other stuff. But I'm stressing about the fact that I gotta call my grandmother and my dad, right? Did not call them. So she asked me when was my next off day, and I told her, or next time I worked as well, and I told her. And what ended up happening is I went to my house the next time I worked, and like after I got off work, I went to the house. Ma was home. Went to the house, went downstairs. At the time it was a 2-family house. Ma was downstairs, everybody else was upstairs. When I was living at the house, I lived downstairs with Ma, and there's like a staircase, you know, to connect, whatever. Lord Jesus Christ. Ma? Hi, Ma. Hi, Jazzy. Boy, she had the illest Jamaican attitude ever, bro. The illest. If y'all know these old Jamaicans, all right, with their attitudes, and that's all I got. That's all I got for a couple of months, all right? She was beyond pissed, and she was saying everything in the book, and I was just sitting there taking it, And I was just like, because at this point, like, I wasn't really talking much. I just knew that my mom had told her, and I was gonna hear her mouth. And my mom said I had to go speak to her, so I just walked downstairs, said hi more, listened to whatever she had to say. I said, and then I went upstairs. All right. She's down there still pissed as hell, mumbling to the dog, whatever. Go upstairs. And I gotta face my dad. My dad was in the room. I went in the room and I was like, hi, Daddy. And he was like, hey, Jazz. He's not even looking at me. He's not even looking at me. My dad was not even looking at me, bro. His eyes was just like puffy red. His eyes was just like puffy red. My dad never had a conversation with me, and I never had a conversation with him about the pregnancy or anything like that, because my mom had told him, and when I tried to approach him in a way to talk to him, he just didn't want to talk. And every time, like, he could never look at me. And I felt really bad. Like, that hurt me a little bit because my dad couldn't even look at me, right? He was just crying to himself, and his eyes was just red and puffy, and he was just trying to hide the fact that he was crying. So every time he would see me, oh, hi, Jazz, and he would go somewhere else, right? His eyes was just red and puffy. Every time he sees me, he couldn't look at me and talk to me for a good while, right? And he would just, when I would come into the house and visit, right, he would just say, hi, Jazz, how are you? And then go about his business, still cannot look at me in the face. So that's really how my talk went with my dad. It wasn't much of a talk. It was just more of a, hey, how are you? All right, and go about your business. Like, he couldn't look at me for a good while. But I mean, like, that was way better than Ma's conversation, because every time I went to the house, right, Ma would always scold me and lecture me, and she would just be so pissed. Like, she was just so pissed. And literally, as time went on and I got further in my pregnancy, everybody was pretty much cool with it except for Ma, right until I gave birth. At the time I gave birth, Ma was in Florida. She was in Florida. Like, I gave birth, the only person who was here with me was my mom and my dad. My mom was here for like a couple, I think like maybe, I want to say like about 3 weeks. And then she went down because she had to stay for 6 months because of her job. So that's basically, like, after I told Ma and my dad, that was literally like the hardest two people to tell. Like, because initially when you do find out you're pregnant, you tell your parents, and like your parents and whoever else is an adult in the household, I guess, and the other adult in the household was my grandmother. So those were the three people that I had to battle and face finding out. I did not get to tell them how I wanted to tell them. To this day, I mean, Ma loves, don't get me wrong, all of them love Rosella. All of them love Rosella. She is not a decision that I ever regretted once in my life, right? Like, she's like my pride and joy. And Ma is obsessed with her. Ma sees her as a mini version of me, because I was always on Ma's hip, like attached to Ma's hip growing up, all right? I was more so my Ma's kid than my mom, right? But Ma still scolds me to this day not to have no more babies. But she accepts Rosella, all right? So all of that drama is just like done with. And then obviously I'm down here with them now. That will be another video. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time on how my parents and my grandmother found out I was pregnant. It was really stressful. It was a really stressful and dramatic situation, but I'm glad that it happened, I guess, because if my mom didn't pull up in PetSmart and find out on her own, I don't really know how they would have found out, because I don't know how I would have, even like before it happened, I was still battling and trying to figure out how I would tell them myself. So I guess everything happens for a reason. It was stressful, but everything happens for a reason. So yeah, guys, that's it. So this is how it turned out, y'all. Yeah, I had to like scratch the eye color because I wasn't feeling it. So I just, I just wiped it off with a wipe and redid it. But yeah. So thank you for tuning in for my story time. If y'all want to hear more story time, let me know. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next video.